Greetings from inside Bethla Garrison. This is the battle at Bethla Garrison Sluice. Hang on, this is going to be a little bit longer of a battle because of the nature of the way the enemies are set up for this fight. First, we do have a split squad, and if you aren't unfamiliar with this game, this is a unique win condition for this battle. It's not defeat all enemies, it's not an assassination battle. We have to trigger two switches in this fight, and they're the two switches on top of the dam there that are being guarded currently by knights. Now those knights are programmed not to move off of those switches except under very certain circumstances, I believe. If they're the last characters alive, or the last character alive. I think that's one way to make them move. I've never actually fought a battle that forces them to move. Speed runs, of course, do it because the battle will end no matter who's standing at the end of this fight. As long as you hit both of those switches, the battle will end. So the speed run of this battle is quite short because they're able to manipulate those knights to get off of that spot. Unfortunately, we will have to clean up the entire battle and those guys and let them all turn into crystals, all while keeping everybody on their feet because this is a battle that we need to hang around for a long time. We have to keep everybody alive until the very, very, very end. If somebody eats it early, we will not be able to quickly finish the battle before they turn into a crystal. So we have to get these knights down and taken care of. We have to get these wizards down before they can do any big damage to us. And then there's some archers on the other side, which is kind of an icky thing. Here's Mustadio taking a nice pot shot at that wizard. An untargeted pot shot from one square away. The angle did work out there okay. And you can see that wizard back there is charging up. Arrow guard was the way to go for these guys because these archers are going to be sending arrows down upon us the entire battle. Speed save, as great as it is, just wasn't the way to go in this fight with those archers up there. That let us basically ignore those archers all the way through this fight. It was nice to not have to focus any fire onto those archers. We could just let arrow guard protect us. You know, roughly 3/4 of the time, we are going to be defended from those arrows. So that knight's not going to move. They will attack you if you're within attack range of them. They will, they'll swing a sword at you if you stand next to them. They'll throw a stone at you if they have that ability and they are in that spot. That wizard's going to go down. Thankfully, his charge spell is not going to fire off. He's going to take all that extra physical damage with the bonus. If you're charging, you do have a bonus to physical damage done to you. Now that wizard's going to start charging, and we have got to get him down too as quickly as possible. Arrow guard does defend us there. And Ramza, I have to decide which direction we want to go with Ramza. We do have to keep the damage flowing, but we also have to play a little defensive here so we don't take too much damage. But the knights are really our least concern. Wizards are kind of the next big concern is that wizard up there that can do some multi-targeting damage to us. Our characters can take a hit or two from the knights each, but the knights are just kind of slow. They're kind of clunky. They can't move to us very easily. Like that knight there, the closest knight is 2 moves away from where my character is. And my character will certainly get 2 actions before that knight's going to get 2 actions because of our speed bonus. So now we're trying to move into range of hitting that wizard, but staying out of the range of that knight. We want to see where that's going to fire up, as Mustadio is going to be a one-shot before that spell goes off. So Mustadio has to be out of range of that spell, but still be able to hit that wizard. So we're going to see what we can do. It's not going to be a one-shot KO on the charging wizard, unfortunately, but at least he's out of harm's way from that spell. That other knight is going to retreat into deep water. Well, he's not in depth 2 water, but he's just retreating back into the water on the other side of the dam. That's a pretty solid bolt spell, but, you know, nothing too dangerous. He has a little greater chance at Mustadio there. His Brave's a little lower than our other characters. So it's going to be harder to hit the higher Brave characters who can avoid those arrows at a rate of your Brave level. So I want to see if we can take out this charging archer, or if we want to go after the wizard before he can go off. We can't actually kill that wizard. I looked at the damage number. We can't get him outside of a critical. So we are going to go for the charge before that wizard goes off. Here's a charge from that archer. That is another miss, so another nice arrow guard. Estadio is able to avoid that arrow. So things going smoothly now. The wizard is dead. We've got a couple of knights left and one archer down there who's got a lot of hit points. He's got some nice equipment on and a decent level. Got to take a few hits to knock him out. There is about a third of his health there. This archer can stick and move here, but look how terrible his damage is against that knight. But he can do the old stick and move. And hopefully that knight will continue to move into range of us, but it did not happen with my other archer. We could not do stick and move because the knight is too slow. If the knight had been fast enough, the knight would have moved down into range of that archer so that we could have done something about that. Thankfully, that knight doesn't seem to have any secondary abilities that are useful to him. Item for healing or something weird like elemental, which some of these knights can have. I don't think in this battle they can have, but there are knights elsewhere in the game that can have some pretty annoying secondary abilities. And now that knight will be in range of stick and move because we're so high up. There's a nice crit from that archer. Thankfully, we did not have another arrow charging on his tile. And he's going to go after my already wounded archer there. That could have been a kill shot there. That archer was 71, so I really need those to miss. Really need those to miss. This one's going to be terrible damage if it hits. It does not. 35 was going to be the damage readout on that one. And this is going to be a one-shot KO right there from him. Headshot, arcing it over. And now it's up to us. We can start working on those knights on top, or we can hit the knights or archers on the bottom. We are going to go for that knight down there. Headshot from the top of the dam. And things are going to get kind of crowded up on top of the dam, but that's okay. Ramza doesn't mind. He's going to go for the headshot. And we're going to have a finishing blow, even with the bad compatibility. I think that's worse compatibility there. And there we go. We have one knight that just needs to absorb one more plink, one more plunk. And that knight's just going to go right back into defend, as is the other one who doesn't have defend. He doesn't use defend if he does have it. Now we can start working on this archer. And we can get some decent damage into him to get his timer going. That's really our main objective, is to just get that knight dead so that his timer can start, and then we can go hit those switches once he crystallizes or chestalizes, whichever the game decides to do. There isn't really any equipment that we need at this point. These enemies don't have anything rare or exceptional for us. So this archer is actually going to have to move a little bit. And I'm going to see if I can shoot right through him, and we can. So now his timer's ticking to crystallize or chestalize. Everyone's still on their feet. The only real threat would be a very, very good streak of luck by that archer there. And as you can see, we're not very worried about that happening to us at this point. Plus, we'll have crystals popping up over here for some free healing if the situation did call for that. The first attempt at this battle did have an archer die to an unlucky archer landing a hit on him and critting him, actually, through the arrow guard, and then the wizard cleaning him up with a fire 2 or a bolt 2. So any one character dying early in this fight is going to be a reset, simply because of how long we have to wait here at the end. I'm going to lose a character just because of that. So now we're just surrounding that other archer tile. This archer's coming right up to the top. He's going to try to shoot, I guess, over our heads. And we've got to move him back to be able to hit that charging archer. But he's just going to take another shot at the knight. I think that's the right choice. Try not to have anyone move if they really don't have to. not anything to write home about in the ability. And no gain there from the crystal. And there's just our... I'll just take the bonus on attacking the charging archer. And there he goes. That one did miss. Thankfully, arrows don't go through guys and hit targets behind them like that. If they arrow guard it, then it's just blocked, or it's just gone. So now we can finish off the last couple of characters and wait. Right now, the waiting game has begun. There's one more hit we need to do on this knight, who is now the last character. He's going to start to come forward now that he is the last remaining character. He won't run away and hide and defend himself anymore. So now we just go wait. Try to get those last couple guys their turns as fast as we can. And this battle's really over. So, going on for more of Chapter 4, we're going to have some more assassination battles coming up. Some of them will be easy assassination battles. Some of them will be much trickier. Just depends on our compatibility and how much damage we can put into some of these characters. Or if we have to defend somebody like Rafa on the top of that roof. That was a tricky one there. I don't know if we're going to have any more Velius-type situations with some of the demons later on. I don't know. We will see what the archers, see what time will tell for this archer battle. And here's Ramza does pick up this crystal. Goes for the HP and MP. He did take, looks like a one hit there. Here's one switch, and now we just have to wait for the other knight to crystallize before we pull that other lever 2. That other knight's on 1. So we're all just watching and waiting. See if Sergei or Chamberlain can... I guess that's Chamberlain over there. Chamberlain's going to try to get that turn. Knight's on 0. Estadio's not going to get anything too interesting. He knows all the abilities that we can use in this variant run, and anything else is just gravy. The only outside of archer ability we used was Steel Weapon. We did that a little bit earlier to get a couple of notable things in grindy battles. All right. Here comes Chamberlain for the win. Grab the crystal. Nothing big to write home about, and we'll take the 0 HP, 0 MP. Wait on that tile. And he doesn't push the button. So Ramza has to get up there and push that button. So Chamberlain needs to get off the button. So Ramza can get up there and hit that switch. That was an error on my part when I was recording this. Oh. Yeah, so it was one of those moments. It's like, hang on, Chamberlain, you ain't gonna just hit that switch? Now, Ramza detects that he's standing on the switch, pushes it, and we break the sluice. Now, thankfully, there's not any dead characters of ours hanging around down there. It's kind of a funny-looking animation when you see a dead Agrius or something down there, and it looks like she gets blasted away by what is clearly a catastrophic event that ends up changing the dynamics of this whole continent. But Agrius would be fine. She's just laying there. And that is the end of Bethla Garrison's Sluice. Now we get to read a long, long scene about how the Sluice changed things up for everybody. So we'll let you take a look at Bulmafala, and we'll see you next time.